I made the presentation on the plane this morning, 10 o'clock, so y'all forgive me if there are errors, but and it's really short. I'm not gonna talk for long, but Woody and I were talking about last night at maybe 12 a.m. her what the hot topic should be. I think she changed it a couple of times, but um I have some colleagues who are doing some really interesting work on social prescribing. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. But I thought, as I was reading this morning, I think that social workers should be in the middle of that, especially since the word is social prescribing. And I think you'll see from my presentation now, I'm using Canvas, the first time I've ever done this. Hopefully it will allow me to do that. It's asking me for permission. What do you see?
Trees.
Okay, now,
We see it now.
okay, good. Perfect. Have I met everybody here? I don't think I've met anybody on this call before, which is fine, but I think that we should take some time at some point to make sure I know who you are. But um I want to just let you know that I am taking this presentation from a New York Times article that I read this morning, and I put the QR code on the top of this first slide. So if you want to go into more detail and read more about the social prescribing, you can do that. So uh, just going to start with the case example that was presented in the article, and I thought was really, really interesting because I know people who have high blood pressure and who are working moms and who are around this age group, and their doctors are warning them you need to make sure that your blood pressure is under control. So this person went to the doctor. Her doctor is telling her, you need to figure out how you can get your blood pressure under control, or else, it's going to be a bad scenario. So with the case example, we know, I mean, I know personally, go to the doctor, you have this problem. Usually the typical outcome or suggestion is medicine. They give you a prescription, they send you home. And for a lot of people, that's just what you deal with the rest of your life. But with this new idea, um, this particular doctor suggested medication, but then also that they see a health coach. And that's what I was like, oh, a health coach should be a social worker. But this health coach actually prescribed or suggested that the person go to dance class 2 times a week, that she have monthly check-ins with the nurse practitioner monitoring her blood pressure, but then also suggested that she use food as medicine from a government program, specifically a program that offers access to fresh fruits and vegetables. So she's really trying to encourage her to get moving, make sure she's monitoring whether or not that medication is working, and eating nutrition food. So just, you don't have to say now, but I'm wondering what other arts-based community programs you might suggest. I'm biased. If you didn't know, I'm a music therapist. So I'm going to suggest that this person, you know, incorporate music in their life. Um, so the definition of social prescribing is um, social activities that are aimed to address health issues with non-clinical activities. So basically, think about a person who might be stressed or isolated and have lack of access to nutritious foods, but what are some things in the community that they could be doing to help themselves? And I know for sure that in the UK, many doctors are prescribing museum visits. So when people are coming to the doctors are literally pulling out their pads and saying, you should try going to museum a few. days a week, especially because, isolation is such a big issue. But also, if you think about it, you have to walk. Like if you're in the museum, you have to be active. And then if you know the book, Your Brain on Art, then there's um, so many other things that art can do to help a person to reduce stress. So the results from this case example, according to the New York Times, was that this person found a less stressful job, and through the movement activities, found ways to move daily. So her routine changed from maybe not moving as much to having a new routine with moving. She created a new routine because she had access to food, and the result was that she didn't have to take medication anymore for her high blood pressure. We know that that's the result for a lot of people, but I think that the social prescribing is really like a mind body solution. So you're not really just focusing on, fixing the physiological problem. You want a long-term solution so that a person can have a good, healthy life. But I thought, I never need to tell me someone in your group, I don't know if she's here today, just recently got certified in yoga. So I think another solution could be, or suggestion could be, to tell this person, why don't you try yoga twice a week? Or like I said, music therapy. And I think museum trips are good as well. And I'm wondering what you all have. You all are so resourceful. So I'm sure that you probably have other ideas in mind about how people can access non-clinical activities that could help with the quality of life. But I think that, as a social worker, it would be great to partner with a doctor or a nurse practitioner who is suggesting social prescribing. I think that this probably, I don't know about you, but for me, it sounded like a idea that's so far away, but they are actually using social prescribing already in New Jersey and in New York. So it is coming. It is something that is going to be normal. Probably within the next couple of years, people are going to start using these types of techniques. So I think um, I'm going to start thinking, how can I be somebody's referral for social prescribing? I think that as social workers, you could be that person as well. And I just so happened to see that someone is actually hiring a coordinator for social prescribing today. It's called Art Pharmacy. If you are interested or know somebody who's interested, I put the QR code there. It's a remote job. I saw it pays from 70 to $80,000 a year. So this is real, and it's right now. But I'm wondering if anybody has any comments. I see your faces, but I don't know what you're thinking.
So in Alabama, we actually have something um, like that. We just don't call it social social prescribing, but we don't call
Hmm.
it that. So the program is Well Woman, and we actually do health coaching sessions for women between the ages of 15 and 55. So that
Nice.
does fit that description that you gave at the very beginning of your
Hmm.
presentation.
Hmm.
We do focus on things such as high blood pressure and diabetes. And within those health coaching sessions are done by well woman coordinators, which
Hmm.
are social workers, and
Hmm.
they do 3 health coaching sessions for them over a span of 7 months. But we
Okay.
follow them throughout a complete year. And if they still
Nice.
need the services during that time, we'll provide them the services annually. Um, Now, sometimes some things are, like I said, social scribing. So, uh, looking at resources within the community, because in Alabama, we oversee 13 counties, but there are so
Hmm.
many more counties in Alabama. But we are looking to we provide them with certain things like yoga mats and water bottles and
Yeah.
the portion plates in order to take their health into their own hands, but we also push and seek for local resources in their community, so that way they can get those fruits and vegetables.
Yeah.
And then we follow up with them to see if there is any progress. And so we've gone from 8 counties to 12 counties. So it's been working and it's progressing.
That's great. I'm wondering, where are you giving people referrals to go to for the food, for the fruits and vegetables?
So it's local services, and I work at ADPH, Alabama Department of Public Health.
Mm-hmm.
And so with each county, it's different. It's up to the social worker to pull those resources for their client.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I was wondering if it was if a person had to be qualified for WIC, or I mean, I was just wondering if it's income based or if there are other resources that are available. But that's really interesting. I'm glad to hear that about the health coaching. Yeah, we're doing some health coaching here too. But I don't see people handing out yoga mats. So I'm glad that you all are, already with that next step of making sure that people have access to mats, and maybe know where to take a class. That's really good. It's interesting.
Gabrielle is our yoga certified instructor.
Oh, yeah.
She
Oh,
just,
she didn't say
she's,
that.
yeah,
I
she
did
did.
not say that. My bad. Yes. I just got certified in March.
Okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations. If you do some online yoga, please let me, I will be there.
There are definitely some things in the works.
Okay. That's great. That's really good. I want to make sure, if anyone else has any comments, I'd love to hear it. Or pushback. I want to hear, what do you think? Good, bad? Is there something that might not make it work or will make it work? Okay. Well, I appreciate you all listening to me today, and I hope one day I'll have an opportunity to get to know you all a little bit better. But I did want to I know that Renita had sent out a request on my behalf, and I really appreciate you doing that, Renita. I have a really great opportunity that I know is not normal. I understand. I understand that I'm blessed and fortunate to have an opportunity to have had an interview for Cleveland Clinic on the use of music therapy and music-based interventions for caregivers of people with dementia. And Maria Shriver and Cleveland Clinic are hosting an annual research forum in Las Vegas next month on May 19th. And they want to feature the interview, but they also would like to have people in the background who are doing some sort of expressive activity like music or singing or making playlists. So I'm wondering if you all or have an opportunity, if you're interested in being featured with me, that would be amazing. And we would definitely give credit to the goddess of social work if you decide to participate. But if you do decide to participate, I just wanted to show some picture examples of what you might think about doing. We made these last week with some of the team members that I work with. So if you have a parent or work with an older adult who would give consent, it would be great to have, you like look at a book or look at a piece of music and pose like you're having a conversation. And other family members who are there as well would be great. I really like the picture in the middle because it just tells, you can interpret it so many different ways. This is just, these two people are not related at all, but one person is the caregiver and the other person, is the person who has a memory loss. But something like that with an older adult would work as well. And even just a group picture, as long as one person in the picture looks over, okay, I don't want to make myself feel so old, but over 50 or 55, that would be really amazing. But I just wanted to make sure, I tell you thank you if you decide to do it. And um, if you want some help with coming up with some ideas, I'm happy to have a, one-to-one conversation. Um, I will say that this is the third year that I've attended the research forum that Maria Shriver puts on. And last year we were in Washington, D.C. And at the very last minute, they told about 10 researchers that we would be presenting. But then at the last minute, we did our presentations in front of Joe Biden. So every year there's some sort of surprise guest. And it's a great opportunity just to, you know, put yourself out there, let people know why social work is important for the public and why we should be paying, especially right now, to funding sources for people who might need them the most. And yeah, so that's all. So if you have questions, you can always, I'm going to put my information in the chat, my personal email in the chat. So if you want to reach out to me, you can do that.
Kendra, while you're putting your info, I want to go back to the social prescribing a little bit because I know my people, and I saw Jackie thinking, and I know that sometimes she's a little shy to speak, and especially when you said mind, body, soul connection, I know that hit I'll say a nerve, for lack of a better word, for her. And I also saw Chandrika thinking, and so even though I would love to hear, I can't, you're muted, Kendra.
I was gonna say, I understand. I don't like to talk to strangers either. So I just I just have the resistance. So if you want to continue the conversation when I leave, that's completely fine. I just wanted to um bring it up just because I know that you have a specific topic that you talk about every week. And I think that this is the trend that medicine is going towards. And, just something for us to all start to think about and how we can be the trailblazers in this area, connecting with people who we know already are sort of thinking in that mind space. So Gabrielle was saying, yeah, they're not calling it social prescribing, but from what I'm seeing, that's where the trend in medicine is going. I review a lot of grant applications and a lot of people are using art as medicine in their topic. So, and it's being funded. So yeah. But I understand, don't pressure anyone. You can continue to talk when I leave. I just wanted to bring it up.
Well, thank you, Kendra. And I'm gonna end the recording here. Thank you so much for coming. I think it's an amazing opportunity for the goddesses to be a part of this opportunity you're having with Maria Shriver. And I hope that we take advantage of it. And thank you for the examples of the pictures. And just to be clear, it doesn't have to be videos. It could just be pictures as well.
It could be pictures. Yeah, it could be pictures or videos that are like 20 seconds long. They're going to take the sound out, so I wouldn't worry about that. Or even if you send it, I can edit it and make sure there's no sound. Yeah, if you have any other specific questions, you can ask Renita, she'll ask me, or you can just email me. I'm happy to talk through it.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Ray.
All right, later. Bye, y'all.